how's everybody doing? It is TVB, and I'm here with some more Skyrim Saturdays. This is not a live commentary episode, you guys might guess. And the main quest right now is to do Riften. Go to Riften, speak to some guy there and pickpocket some dude, and just start a scene over there. But I'm in no rush to do the main story anytime soon. And I still haven't explored a whole bunch of this end of Skyrim. So I decided to take another episode of just exploring and checking the world out, and just living up to the whole open world aspect. Not just sticking to the main story all the time and just exploring. So yeah, I did a side quest for this one lady. But yeah, I really, I've had this idea for a while now where, at the end of every month, I rank all the films I saw in said month from worst to best. And yeah, so this video, I'm going to take all the movies that I saw in June of 2017 and rank them from worst to best and give my reasons why I chose those spots to do so. And I saw 6 films this June. Keep in mind, this video is based entirely off of my opinion and from what I've seen. So yeah, feel free to agree, disagree, say, hey, you should have seen this, and yeah, all that good stuff. Or be happy you didn't see this. I'm totally open to your guys' opinions. Don't worry about that. But anyway, let's get started. The worst movie I saw in June of 2017, it's Transformers 5. The 5th installment in this Bayformers franchise. A franchise I once defended. I actually liked the Transformers movies, in middle school, but now I'm just Michael Bay's been dragging this franchise out for way too long, and I'm getting sick of it. He refuses to learn from his mistakes. Michael Bay refuses to listen to the fans and refuses to listen to what we have to say, and just keeps making the same junk over and over and over and over again. And I've always known that would catch up with him someday, and I think it finally has. I'm not too caught up with how well this movie is doing well at the box office, but I from what I've heard, it's one of the least successful out of all the Transformers movies. And the reason why Michael Bay keeps making the Transformers movies like this is because it's worked so many times before. Think about it. The only 2 reasons why the Transformers movies are made is to make money and sell toys. And Michael Bay's done both that very well, so he doesn't need to put any effort into these movies. He just throws whatever he wants at them, and 10-year-olds from around the country will just come to just throw their money on it. But guess what? When I saw this movie, I didn't see a single preteen boy in the theater, so yeah, that's saying something. And yeah, Mark Wahlberg, he's fine in the movie. His character is probably one of the most likable out of all of them. And yeah, this film does have its cool moments, but for every cool moment, there's another there's 2 or 3 other groan-worthy moments. Just this film, it's the pacing, the story. Oh my lord, the story! It's either non-existent or it just does not make any sense because there's so little focus on anything. The editing is sloppy, and there's so many talented names in this movie that are just really just there to phone it in. There's way too much going on. The whole little girl that you see so much in the trailers, yeah, she's completely wasted. You could have done more with her, but you just chose not to. And oh my god, this movie, it's a mess. And if they do make Transformers 6, if this film does wind up being a success at box office and make a Transformers 6, I wouldn't be surprised if that movie bombs. I'm not joking when I say that. Alright, now the second worst movie I saw in June 2017 is The Mummy. I admit, it was a close call between this and Transformers 5 for worst movie of the month. But I feel the reason why I went with Transformers 5 instead of The Mummy is because The Mummy, there's still a lot to point out at, but there's more to point out at Transformers 5. And I remember groaning more at The Last Knight than this movie. But this movie, I had mixed anticipations for it going in. I like Egyptian mythology, and I like Tom Cruise. He's a good actor and all that. But let's be frank here. The only reason why Tom Cruise decided to do this movie and join the whole dark universe that Universal is setting up is just so he could add more dollar bills to his throne that's already made out of $20 bills. Let's be frank here. Tom Cruise is really just doing it for the paycheck. And yeah, his performance all the characters in the movie are annoying, and the woman who plays the mummy that they try to fight, yeah, she does a good job. But I feel the biggest issue that I have with the Mummy is that it got too ambitious for its own good. Like, not only is it being a Mummy reboot of like the whole Fraser franchise, it's also like setting up this whole dark universe. And Universal had this whole dark universe planned like before they even made this movie. Like this movie, like first it's gonna be a Mummy, then it's gonna be like Dracula, then Frankenstein, then the creature from Black Lagoon, then like oh God knows what else. Like yeah, they're setting up this whole dark universe because hey, cinematic universes are the big thing nowadays. So yeah, nice effort, Universal Studios. Like if they do like if this film actually succeeds at box office and they actually decide to make like more entries into this whole like franchise, like I am interested to see. As just a fan of monsters and just lore and myths, like I'm interested to see where they're gonna go with that. But this was if they wind up doing that this is a very bumpy start to it. Like they even had this whole like Dark Universe logo just for this movie. Like hey everybody, look at our grand new universe that we're creating. Oh wait, this movie actually isn't that great. Oh, what are we gonna do now? Okay, like I really hope this movie it might go down the same path the Last Airbender did, where Last Airbender like set up this entire franchise when it failed so horrendously. Okay, this movie is not as bad as The Last Airbender. Like, don't get that mixed up right there. But just like, yeah, Tom Cruise, like the characters, they're annoying, and just like the whole pacing is very odd. And oh my god, there's so many jump scares in this movie that are so annoying. Like this film, it doesn't know what it wants to be, and it clearly shows just by watching it. So yeah, The Mummy. I mean, good luck with this whole like Dark Universe, Universal Studios, because this was not a good start. Okay, now let's head into some more likable territory. I gotta say, the third film I'm gonna discuss on this list is Despicable Me 3. Like, I love the first two Despicable Me films, and of course I got excited for Despicable Me 3, which I saw last night with my mom. Like, it was a fun film. I really mean that. Like, I thought it was cute. You just like it's not. Like, how can you make a Despicable Me movie that's not cute? Like, the Minions are cute, and I'm actually, speaking of Minions, I'm actually surprised. I didn't bring it up in my review, but I'm surprised at how little screen time the Minions got in this movie. Like, the Minions are in the middle, or like in a total of like maybe 20 minutes in this film. So yeah, they weren't overly reliant on like the Minions, unlike what they were in excuse me, like what they were in like previous entries in the franchise. People have been like complaining like, oh, the Minions are becoming a little overbearing now. So I guess Illumination listened to that complaint and toned down the Minions just a little bit, just a little bit. The Minions were used sparingly, and when they were used well. Like the whole prison scene, oh my god, that scene was great. And the scene where they built this whole contraption that lets them fly through the air, oh, that was fun too. Illumination films, they're fun. That's what I gotta say. And all the characters are fun, even though it does get a little jarring with all the subplots in this movie that don't get enough focus. And honestly, I don't hate Drew, like Gru's twin brother, as much as everyone else does. Like, people have been, like, hating on Drew. Like, it's just like, guys, calm down. Like, yeah, I know we're all sick of the whole trope where it's like, oh, the protagonist has a secret twin brother that we don't know about until now. Like, yeah, I get why people will be annoyed at that. And but the movie, it's fun. That's what I liked about this movie. And Trey Parker voicing the villain, like evil brat, like oh my god. Apparently the reason why Trey Parker wanted to be in a Despicable Me movie, like this is his words, like he wanted to be in a movie that his daughter could watch. So yeah, he wanted to take a break from all the South Park and all the freaking like satire and political incorrectness that he usually does with Matt Stone. Like that's such like a unique role for him, and it paid off so well. Like Evil Brat is like my favorite like antagonist in the entire like Despicable Me franchise. I don't think there should be Despicable Me 4. Maybe there should be. I don't know. I just gotta like I fear that this franchise is gonna like drag itself out for too long and just get annoying after a while, like Shrek. But I can say that I'm not dreading the fact that Despicable Me is now a trilogy. Like, I'm not dreading that at all. Like, I'm happy with how this film turned out. Yeah, it's not as good as the first two Despicable Me films. And yeah, it is better than Minions, even though I actually liked Minions, despite what a lot of people say. But yeah, Despicable Me 3, it's cute, it's fun, it's got a lot of cool moments and a lot of good ones, and the animation's great too. So yeah, it's a fun time for both the parents and the kids. I feel like that's something Despicable Me has done very well, because my mom was laughing hysterically at some parts. And yeah, and the parents were having a good time, so yeah, just give it a watch, that's all I gotta say. Alright, the third best film that I saw in June this year is Captain Underpants. I was waiting for this movie. I waited for 10 years. I was just like, the Captain Underpants was like my absolute, like, it was the shit in elementary school. I read the hell out of all the books when I was that age, and I was just like, and ever since then, I was just dreaming for a movie to finally happen. And, I reacted to the trailer. I even reacted to the music video for like the freaking theme song they made for this film. And now my reaction video to the lyric video of the theme song is my first video to make it past 10,000 views. 10,000 views! I don't believe that. Like, my reaction video to that music video, like that, I think that's more views than all the other videos I made in 2017 combined. Like, I haven't counted them myself, but that's probably the case. And if it is, I won't be surprised. But yeah, the Captain Underpants movie as itself, like, I had a blast with this film. Like, the animation is fantastic, from its computer animation and some parts where it's like hand drawn, and even the sock pop puppet parts. And the humor is on point. Though I do like I've met plenty of some people who don't like this film, and I can understand why some people wouldn't like the Captain Underpants movie, because I feel like it mainly appeals to two demographics: fans of the books, like myself, and kids. So yeah, I understand why some people would find it like maybe too kiddie or too childish, with all the toilet jokes, all the poo jokes, all the underwear jokes, yeah, all that stuff. But like, when I saw this movie, I do remember there being parents laughing at the movie. So yeah, you gotta get a movie that at least. And most of my problems that I do have with the Captain Underpants movie aren't even legit problems. They're really just more of missed opportunities, like how they hired Kevin Hart and Thomas Middleditch. I cannot pronounce his last name. Oh my god, or remember how to pronounce it. But yeah, how they hired grown men to voice Harold and George instead of rising kid actors. But George, the voice acting by everybody in this film is great, so I can't really get mad at that. So again, it's not a problem, it's really just more of a missed opportunity that they hired, big name men actors instead of rising, instead of just giving kids their big break, if you guys know what I mean. And if you see my review, you know what I'm talking about, what I'm getting at there. But yeah, the film itself, I still hope that a Captain Underpants cinematic universe happens. I wish that DreamWorks can listen to the fans so they can appeal to, more demographics, not just fans of the books and to kids. And just the ending left me wanting more, which, swings both ways. But I'm still I would definitely see more entries in this because, they're setting it up for a franchise, of course. There's going to be a second film, it's just a matter of when and how they're going to do it. So yeah, Captain Underpants, I'm super, as a fan of the books and someone who's just waiting so hyped up for this film for such a long time. I'm very, very happy with how it turned out, and it didn't disappoint me in the slightest, aside from a few things that I just mentioned. But yeah, I had a great time with this movie, and my review for this film also I asked if we could hit 8 likes on that review. We hit 9 likes. Thank you guys so much for that. Okay, anyway. The second best film that I saw in June, again, a film I saw this week, is Baby Driver. Guys, go see Baby Driver. I don't think it's done horribly at the box office, but I really hope that it, I said this in my review, Baby Driver, I'm afraid it might be this year's Nice Guys, a film that's an original film, nothing not a sequel or a remake or an adaptation or anything like that, original film that's a big hit with the critics, but not a big hit at the box office. I really hope this thing doesn't happen to Baby Driver. If you haven't seen Baby Driver, please check it out. The stunt work with the car chases and with and just the action scenes is phenomenal. And the script, it's super entertaining, and there's a lot going on for your eyes and your ears. But it does not sacrifice an engaging story or good characters. This has to be my favorite performance from Ansel Elgort, and and from Jon Hamm, and from Jamie Foxx, and even from Kevin Spacey. Everyone in this movie is fantastic, and it's such an interesting take how this guy, Baby, yeah, he's being a criminal, but he's doing those crimes because he's just for his own his own personal reasons, and you sympathize with him, everything throughout. And the soundtrack in this movie, oh boy, the soundtrack. Oh, the soundtrack is a character itself in this film. Like Guardians of the Galaxy almost, only like this movie is with Ansel Elgort, and he's driving around in a car and just doing really cool things like that. Yeah, Baby Driver, like, it's original, it's fun, it's engaging, it's funny, it's just overall a great film. It's such a great way to kick off the summer season. Even though May sort of kicked off the summer season, but like it's such a we can't just have constant like superhero films and sequels and all these big like blockbuster films that everyone's just gonna recognize. Like, I'm so happy that this film like was as big of a hit with the critics as it was, and that an original film can probably make its way into the summer blockbuster season. I'm really happy with how this film turned out. And if you guys haven't checked it out already, please give it a watch. You won't be disappointed. Okay, well, we're at that point in the video now, viewers. The best movie, you guys have probably noticed this by now, the best movie that I saw in June is Wonder Woman. Oh, I'm so happy this film turned out as great as it did. Like, guys, DC needed this film, needed Wonder Woman to be as big of a hit as it was. And that's coming from someone who actually liked BVS and Suicide Squad. Like, really, so many, like, I'm just so happy that this film got as much praise as it did, because Patty Jenkins nails the direction. Like, really, it's actually colorful unlike previous DC movies, and the action scenes were fantastic. Not just Wonder Woman is likable, like, Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, I can't see anyone else playing Wonder Woman. Like, she's just that good. But also Chris Pine and everyone else in this movie they were fun, they were cool to watch, and it was just like, yes, like you can't just carry the entire movie with just Wonder Woman. You need other characters too, and those other characters are fantastic too. And say what you will about the DC extended universe, but think about it like this, viewers. DC which has gotten so much flack in recent years, has made a standalone superhero movie with a female lead before Marvel has. Like, this movie could have been trash, which it definitely wasn't, but you gotta at least acknowledge that, at least. Well, I use at least like twice in the same sentence. I'm sorry. But yeah, like, Wonder Woman, I saw this movie twice in theaters, and I don't regret it at all. Like, it might have been better the second time I watched it. Like, just watching the whole, in a sense, the period piece, because, it's World War I, and it's like this whole message about, war and love and things like that. And again, Diana Prince, like, Wonder Woman, I just thought about this. Nobody ever, like, refers to her as Wonder Woman in the entire movie. They just refer to her as Diana, and, the princess of the Mysteria, whatever it's called. Yeah, the direction of this film is wonderful. Like, it's really hard for me to find a problem with this film. Like, it's definitely a contender for one of the best movies of 2017, and we're not even at August yet. Like, oh my God, today's the first day of July. I'm having a hard time processing that. But anyway, yeah, Wonder Woman, like, you're still, like, this movie, DC's got a lot to live up to. I'm pretty sure they're basically finished with Justice League. They're probably just editing the heck out of it at this point. But, like, I really, like, they have to, I really hope that Justice League is hit out of the park like this film was. Even though I'm just like, Justice League, I probably would be more excited for Justice League if Aquaman and Cyborg and Flash got their own movies first, and then they made Justice League. Kind of like, the reason why we all got so excited for the Avengers is because we got, like, Iron Man's origin movie, and Hulk's movie, and Captain America's movie, and Thor's movie. Then we got the Avengers, so everybody was just amped for it because we all knew and loved these characters already. But the DCEU has only had, like, let me just think here. This is, like, Wonder Woman is the fourth entry in the DCEU. They've had Man of Steel. From what I've heard, Superman's gonna be in Justice League. Apparently he's gonna be. I'm not entirely sure about it, though, even though you don't see him at all in the trailers. And yeah, we have BVS. Of course, Batman's gonna be in it. And yeah, we have Suicide Squad, but nobody from Suicide Squad is gonna be in Justice League. So yeah, only two characters we've gotten to know from Justice League in previous films are Batman and Wonder Woman. So now all of a sudden they're just throwing, like, these three other guys at us just for Justice League. Like, I feel like it's just way too rushed. And that's a main issue I've had with the DCEU, is that it's all just way too rushed. They're trying, it's funny, because, like, between Marvel and DC, the comics have had Marvel comics have a long history of ripping off DC comics, but now with the movies nowadays, like, DC has had a long history of ripping off Marvel. Like, I feel like they're just trying too much to be like their competitor, and they shouldn't be. They should stand out in their own right. And I feel like Wonder Woman does that fantastically. Like, it's not super grim. It's not like super reliant on like cameos or stupid things like that. Like, this film knows what it needs to be, and they nailed it. And it's such a great entry for DCU. Like, this movie saved DC. Like, guys, even though, again, I liked BVS and Suicide Squad, but I've known that, like, if we have another film that's, like, not a big hit with the critics or, like, just not super divisive amongst fans, like, this DC universe is gonna crash. And I'm surprised. I've met a few Wonder Woman haters, too. Like, if you dislike Wonder Woman, please give me a reason why down below. And, yeah, that's basically it for this video, guys. If you want to see more videos like this, where I just sit down and I, like, at the end of every month where I rank all the movies I saw in that month from worst to best, this is a perfect, like, season to do it too, like the summer season, ranking all the movies I saw. Like, it's a great time to do so. So yeah, if you want to see more videos like this, give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments down below. And yeah, if you guys want to see more Skyrim, just let me know as well. Yeah, my name is TBB9, and please don't forget to subscribe.